my name is Caleb. Welcome to Spare Time at Home. This class is called Body Weight Only Full Body Workout. Ready to go? Let's get started. All right, so we're doing a body weight only, so you don't need any equipment for this other than a dowel or broomstick if you have it for the warm-up. You don't actually even need this. This is just kind of an extra if you do. So we're gonna start off with a full body warm-up. So since our workout's full body, we gotta warm up everything. So we're starting with some leg swings. So if you don't have this, you can grab onto a desk, a chair, your wall, whatever you got, just as balance. So you're gonna be swinging one leg forward across your body, back and forth. So we're just trying to open up the hips here. Feel free to use this as balance if you're grabbing onto a wall or a staircase or whatever you got. We're swinging on about 10 on each side. So switch sides. We're just swinging this leg across our body. We're trying to let it swing like a pendulum. So we don't want to stop it at any point. We're just trying to let it dead hang and swing back and forth, about 10 swings per side. Then you're going to face in front of you, you're going to swing across your body like this. Sort of lateral swings. Okay, again, we're just trying to open up the hips, get our hamstrings warmed up. About 10 swings per side will do great. You need to hold on to something, especially for this one, if you don't have good balance. All right, next, we're going to grab this dowel, bring it overhead. If you don't have a broomstick or anything, you can do this without this, and this will still work. Like so. You're just gonna bring your hands up, bring them all the way down, and bring it back up. All right, same type of movement. We're just gonna open up the shoulders. If you do have it, again, it'll look like this. Put this down. Next, we're going to go into a squat. So we're going to take this nice and slow for our warm-up. Knees are slightly pushed out, toes slightly pushed out. We're going to go nice and slow into our squat, just like we're sitting down onto a chair. Okay? Feel free to not go as low as you normally would in the beginning, just for the warm-up. Okay? We're just trying to get our muscles to wake up and get a little warm here. So when I'm doing this, I'm trying to push my knees out a little bit. I'm trying to keep my chest up, so you can see from the side. I'm trying not to round my back like this. So I want to sit back like I'm sitting down into a chair and then stand up. I have pressure going throughout my entire foot. So my forefoot all the way to my heel. And relax, good. Next, we're going to do some high knees. We're getting our knees up. We don't need to go into a run. We don't need to make this fast. We just want to try to get these knees up and stretching our hamstrings, our glutes. This isn't really designed to get our heart rate going crazy. We really just want to try to get some movement into our joints, our ligaments, so that in our workout, we don't injure anything. So I'm going for about 15, 20 seconds until you feel warm. Good. Next, big arm circles forward. And big arm circles back. And that's going to be all we need to do for our warm-up. You're going to repeat that entire cycle one more time, or as many times as you feel you need to properly warm up. All right, so again, we don't need anything for this. We're going to go right into the workout now. For the first part of our full body workout, we're going to be doing a tricep. For a whole workout, we're going to be doing 2 triceps. First one we're going to be doing is starting with mainly legs. So this is going to be a squat, a push-up variation, and a lunge variation. So I'm going to demonstrate the first exercise, which is a pulse squat. This is why we did this in our warm-up, to properly warm up. So you're going to go down into your squat as low as you feel comfortable. You're going to come up halfway. You're going to go back down and then come back up. And that counts as 1 repetition. Now for this one, for this type of circuit, we're not going to be counting repetitions. We're going off of time here. So we're going to be going for 30 seconds per exercise. So again, I'll show you this exercise again. All the way down, halfway up, back down, and back up. We'll go into that again. All the way down, half up, back down, and half up. This is called a pulse squat. The second exercise we're going to be doing is a plank push-up. So this is an exercise using both our core and our upper body. So we're going to go into a plank position, our hands and feet. just like so. Starting in this position, one arm at a time, we're gonna go down into a plank. And then one arm at a time, come back up into a push-up. And you can switch which side you begin with and which side you come up with each round. The last exercise, the third one, is back to up to lower body. And this is a reverse lunge. So what we're gonna do is take a big step back, and we're bringing our back knee down to the ground. That's all you gotta think about, is bringing it straight down, and you don't need to touch. Come back up and switch sides. I'm trying to keep my back as upright as possible. I don't wanna hunch forward super far or anything like that. Pushing through this front leg to stand up. Big step back, knee down, and come back up. Those are our 3 exercises. So grab a timer, grab your phone, whatever you need, and we're gonna start this round with 30 seconds per exercise with a 1-minute rest in between. All right, so all I'm gonna do is start my timer, my stopwatch, and use that as my timer here. We're gonna begin with 30 seconds per exercise, starting now. Halfway there. At any point during the workouts, if it gets too tiring, feel free to just take a second in between, take a breath, and then go right back into the exercise. And that's 30 seconds. Next, into the plank push-ups. Next, into the reverse lunge. This is alternating reverse lunges. Got about 10 seconds left, and then you get to rest. You gotta earn it. Three, 2, 1, and time. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs. Take about 30 seconds to a minute. Grab some water if you need it. And we're going right back into that first exercise, which is the pulse squats. If you were to try to make these exercises harder, you would just grab some dumbbells, some weights, whatever you have. But if not, this workout is super challenging on its own with just body weight. So we got about 5 seconds left. Here we go. And time into the plank push-ups. And go right into it. We got reverse lunges. It's the last exercise for this round. And time. Nice job, everybody. Take a second to rest, grab some water, and then we're gonna do one more round. This is the third and final round of this first tricep. Starting with these pulse squats. And one thing to mention, guys, with this workout, since these exercises are all timed, if you feel like you need to slow down, you can slow down. If you feel like you want to speed up, go ahead and speed up. Any levels should be able to do this. Even though it's for time, you don't have to go at the speed I'm going at. Go at the speed that is comfortable for you. Into the plank push-ups. If you need more rest in between, take a couple more seconds, no big deal. For this exercise, if it is too hard for you, this is a pretty challenging exercise. Again, we can go down to the knees and make it a lot easier. If you want to take this a step further and make it even easier, you can elevate your hands onto a platform. Last exercise, we got reverse lunges. Three, 2, 1, and time. Nice job. That's the first tricep. We got one more tricep to go, and that's going to be the end of our full body workout. So for our last tricep, we're going to be primarily working our entire core, obliques, all of that good stuff. So this is going to be all on the ground. If you have a yoga mat or something to lay on, that's great. So we're going to be on the ground for this entire last part of the workout, using our timer again, stopwatch phone, whatever you got, 30 seconds per exercise. We're gonna go right into the workout. They don't need much explanation for each of these exercises, which is nice. So we're gonna start the timer and we're going into leg raises. This is all we're gonna be doing. Laying back down, hands underneath your butt or off to the side, doesn't matter. Raise these legs up, bend them in, and straighten out. If you wanna make this a little bit harder, all you're gonna do is raise your legs up straight and bring back down. Try not to touch the ground when you do this. That makes it a lot harder. If you have a pillow to put underneath your head, that's great if you want to. If not, it's fine. And time. Next, feet on the ground, hands across your chest or behind your head. Okay, we're doing a crunch now. So we just worked our lower part of our abdominals, our core down here. Now we're gonna go a little bit higher up and go into a crunch. So for the crunch, it's a very short movement. This is all we're doing. I'm not coming all the way up into a sit-up. I don't need to do that. All I'm gonna do is bring my shoulders and my upper back off the ground a little bit and squeeze my core and come back down. Very short range of motion, and you can feel it right away. And again, we're just going for about 30 seconds. After that, we're gonna flip over. Now we're going into a static movement for our core. This is a plank, very traditional exercise on our forearms and our feet. A couple of things to remember with this. We want our shoulder and our elbow to be stacked right on top of each other when we go into this plank, like so. We don't wanna be out here where our elbow's in front of our shoulder or in front like this. We wanna be stacked right on top of each other. If you ever find that your planks are really, really hard to do, usually it's one of those two situations. Either your elbows are way too far in front or they're way too far back. So we're gonna try to round our back a little bit in this plank. We don't want an arch in our lower back like this. We want our hips to be up and flat and our back to be rounded slightly. 30 seconds on the clock. Focusing on my breathing, trying to think of something other than that my core is on fire. 3, 2, 1, and time. That's the end of round 1. We got 2 more to go. The plank on its own isn't a super challenging exercise, but once you've paired it with those 2 first ones, the leg raises and the crunches, the plank becomes a lot harder to do, which is the point. So we're starting over with our leg raises, going for 30 seconds. Second round, here we go. Again, this is the harder version with the legs straight. We can bend the knees in and straighten out to make it just a little bit easier. Still pretty challenging though. And relax, feel your core burning. Take a second, take a breath. We're going to our crunches. Again, very short range of motion. Make sure you're lying down flat all the way, extending your body, and then crunching up and squeezing as hard as you can. And we're going to flip over into our plank. 30 seconds on the clock, and begin. Three, 2, 1, and time. Whew. All right, that's the second round. Take a breather, grab some water, let your core relax for a second, and we'll finish off our third and final round. All right, here we go. This is our third and final round. My core is on fire right now. I hope yours is as well. Here we go. Starting with leg raises. Again, hands underneath the butt or off to the sides. People with lower back pain, a lot of times having the hands underneath helps alleviate that just a little bit. And you don't have to come all the way up if you can't, that's okay. Try to get them as high as you can. Next up, going into our crunch. So, hands across the chest or above, behind the head. I like across the chest because it stops me from using a lot of momentum like I used to when I had my hands behind here. I would always swing my arms to get them up. Instead, across the chest, try to stop that as much as possible. Small movement, squeeze the core, and come back down. All right, last exercise in this set, we got our plank. Remember again, shoulders on top of elbows when you do this. If you're on a surface that's slippery, like hardwood or tile or anything like that, if you have your elbows in front of your shoulders, you'll often just slide apart. It makes it pretty much impossible. Here we go, 30 seconds on the clock. In this position, I'm trying to squeeze my glutes, round my back just a little bit. This is actually going to help keep my back across my body very flat and engage my core rather than put pressure on my lower back. Three, 2, 1, and time. Whew, made it through. Awesome job, guys. That was the body weight only full body workout. Again, we did 3 rounds per circuit, 30 seconds per exercise with about a minute rest in between each round. Hope you guys enjoyed.